If you have any doubt, just ask me, or else we'll start.
నా
Yeah,
ఇది ఫుల్ డెల్టా యూజ్ చేస్తారు కదా.
yeah,
సో దేనికి యూజ్ చేస్తారు, అది ఏ దానికి ఫుల్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు, డెల్టా అంటే ఏంటి, ఫుల్ అంటే ఏంటి, అది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి సార్.
yeah. That is different concept. While we are discussing the DTP concept, we will explain. Okay. Generally, what is the use of DTP? Okay. Uh, we will load the data from one place to another place. One place to another place within a BW. Okay. So what you are doing it? You are loading data from flat file. I mean Excel. You are loading data from Excel. First, initially, what you are executing? Info package you are executing. Okay, data where storing it? When the click and start info package level. Data it is fetching and storing into PSA level. Are you getting me? Clear? Huh? See, when you are loading data from Excel to BW, once you execute info package, data is storing in PSA. Okay? And from PSA to DSO by using DTP. Okay. So in the DTP we have a options. The delta full load. We have a options delta and full. Example in the PSA. From Excel, you loaded 10 times in the PSA level. 10 times. Till now, I didn't execute DTP at least one time also. You just executed this 10 times. I can see 10 requests in the PSA level. How you will see request? Yeah, this is my data flow. Example, right click. Yeah, this is my flow. I'm switching on technical names as well. See, this is my flow. So data is flowing from here to here. Data is flowing from here to here. Okay. So this means what is this? This means ZZTD means what is it? PSA. So right click, you can see right manage. And what is this? PSA. Request or PSA. Here we have a 10 request. Here we have 10 requests. Let me load now. What will happen? Let me load. So what you are executing? This is what is this? Info package. You are executing. Okay. Okay. I'm executing. Okay. And again I'm executing. What will happen? So these many times it will bring the data. Yeah, see here. Okay, today only different time you executed the info package. Data will store in the PSA. Okay, total how many requests are there? You just go data source, right click and manage. How many requests are there? Total. Okay, last 19th, last Friday I executed. Today I executed 3 times. How many requests are there? 92964. Okay. So total 4 requests are there. Okay. Request means 91337, 92697, 92694. This is the request. Okay. Then I will go here. Hmm? Then I'm loading from this data source to this DSO. For to execute data from PSA to this DSO means we need to execute this DTP. Under this data transfer, we need to execute. See, this is a data source. That is why we are selecting JJTD. This is target from where you are loading. Okay, this is target. Now, what is the option you are asking? We have a full and delta. Now we are executing DTP. From where it is bringing? Delta extraction from PSA. How many requests are there in the PSA? 4. What you are selecting? Full. Full means always it will bring historical data. Historical data means what? Total 4 requests are there. 4 requests it will bring every time. Whenever you execute full delta, full DTP, it will bring historical data. Okay. Total how many records came? 40 records came. So how you will identify 40 records coming from 4 requests? See, today we are loading. Okay, somebody will load. They will tell you, track it from where, how many requests it is bringing the data. They will tell you how you will identify. Go to header, go to header, go to selections. What is this request, ma? You asked me, right? When you execute full, see here, when you execute full load, when you execute full load, it's bringing complete data. Let me take screenshot. I'll show you. Full means this is what will happen. It will bring complete historical data. Full means every time it will bring the historical data. Are you getting me? Then I'll go to source. I'm going to PSA. Oh, how many requests are there? Just now we loaded, right? 23rd. Okay, how many requests are there? Now you can compare, ma. Tell me, ma. What is the first request, ma? First request 9133. This one is matching, This one is matching, Huh? And next one 92692. This one matching, This one matching. 92963. This one matching, The last one 929694. It is matching, Okay. This is full, not delta. So even if you execute one more time, it will bring every time it will bring the 4 request data. Okay, full means always it will bring the full means always it will bring historical data. It will bring historical data. Historical data from source. Source anything. Just now we having PSA. Might be you have DSO also. From DSO to DSO you are loading. That time also it will bring historical data. So you just keep delta or full. Okay, you kept full, it will bring always historical data. Remember this point. You clear, right? Full update. Okay, delta means, okay, delta means in PSA, in PSA, okay, PSA and DSO. Okay. In PSA, I have only one request. Request number is 1000. Okay, don't confuse it. This is request number. Okay, I'll give like this request number. Okay, you executed delta DTP, delta DTP, delta DTP. Okay, you execute delta DTP. From DSO, it will bring only one request. Okay, after that, in the PSC level, it is updated multiple times. Okay, okay, four times it is updated, but it is not updated target still. So once I execute delta DTP, what request it will update? It will update only request 2. It will not bring request 1 always because it is a delta. So it is already updated to the target. It will not touch again. This is the difference. Okay, clear? Delta means it will bring only it will bring only newly created records. Newly created request or modified request. Okay, this means in this request level, it will bring only newly created request. It is already updated. That is why it will not touch again. Okay. So next time one more request will come. That time it will not bring all the data from this. This means already updated delta. So it will bring only request 6. That is delta. Already updated data, it will not touch. Delta means. So whatever newly records came, that only it will bring it. That is example. Assume like we are loading customer data. We are loading customer master data. Okay. In the ECC for customer master data, we having 20 lakhs records. 20 lakhs records. I set up a delta in the BW. Okay. Very first time I will load 20 lakhs records. BW. I don't want to load 20 lakhs records daily because system performance will degrade. Why? Because one day we will load complete 20 lakhs records data. I don't want to load every day 20 lakhs records. Okay. Once update 20 lakhs records, whatever newly creating customers, those only it will bring the data. That is called delta. That means newly created customers or modified customers will bring delta. Modified customers means might be already existed customer, changed telephone number, changed address, changed fax number, okay, changed his location. So that time also we need to update to the target. Otherwise it will show wrongly data in the report level. Okay, that is called delta. Clear? What is the delta and full?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any doubts? Last previous classes. Then I will start quickly. Okay. Fine. If you don't have any questions, then I will go move. Okay. Okay. We have DSOs 3. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Info objects. I told you 5 types. Info objects. I told you 5 types. Okay. 5 types. Now that is like characteristic, key figure, key figure, and time, unit, technical, unit, technical, technical. Basically, master data will be form of three types. Will be form of three types, like attributes, text, hierarchy. Okay. Master data will be form of three types. Attributes text. We already attributes no text hierarchy we loaded. Attributes and text we loaded. Okay. Attributes means what it is. Attributes again we have two types. Display attribute and display attribute, navigation attribute. Navigation attribute. And transitive attribute as well. Transitive attribute as well. If someone asks you how many types of attributes, you can say three types. You can say, okay, how many types of attributes? You can say three types. Display attribute, navigation attribute, and transitive attribute. Okay, what is the meaning of display attribute? Okay, by using display attribute, we will use only for display purpose. Only display purpose we will use it. Okay. By using display attribute, we will use only display purpose in the report level. In the report level, only display purpose we will use it. We cannot drill down. Okay, it is always depending on the main info object. Main info object means these are the attributes. Attributes means child of main info object. Example. Okay, zero material is a main info object. Whatever we are adding objects, that is material type. Material type. This is a child material group, material category, material category. So these are all like no child. This is the parent. This is the parent. These are all childs. Okay, these are all attributes. So in this, okay, in the child level, few will be at display attribute, few will be navigation attribute. That is not mandatory. Based on their requirement, they will define it. Okay, in the report level, if they define as a navigation attribute, so the navigation attribute, it will not depending on the material. Because navigation attribute will behave like normal info object. Example, what is a normal info object? Like whenever I create any object, whenever I create info object, it will create multiple tables and with SID as well, with the SID table as well. Okay. In the same way, when I create navigation attribute, it will have own tables. It will behave like normal info object. However, geometry is behaving in the same way it will behave the navigation attribute. That is the way I can able to drill down on the report level. That is the way I can drill down in the report level. Okay, I will show you the drill down and all. So in navigation attribute, it will not depend on the mean in geometry info object. Okay, navigate. So I will mention only NA. Navigation attribute will not depend on main info object. Okay, whereas display attribute always will depend. Whereas display attribute will depend on main info always. That means whenever I drill down in the report level display attribute, material also will come and display attribute also will come automatically. We cannot control them. When I drill down navigation attribute means he in this level example. Material type is a display attribute. Okay, navigation attribute is material group. In the report level, when I drill down material group, only material group only will come. When I do the drill down material type, display attribute, it will come material as well as material type will come in the report level. Okay, sometimes client requirement would be they want to define as a display attribute, they want to define as a navigation attribute. So that is the way we have to define it. The transitive attribute means we have a material info object. Within the material, we have a material group. This is the navigation attribute. Again, material group will have a material color inside. One more info object will be there inside. Material color. So this means, okay, any info object will have navigation attribute. That navigation attribute having one more navigation attribute, this is called as transitive attribute. Simply you can tell in the interview, navigation attribute of navigation attribute will call as a transitive attribute, but it will decay the performance. Don't use the transitive attributes more, it will decay the performance. But I never used it in my report as well. In my experience, navigation attribute, display attribute only will use. Even if you use more navigation attribute also, it will decay the performance. Unnecessarily, we cannot involve in the report level. What is report? This is only report. Let me show you also. This is one report. Okay, unnecessarily. What do you mean by drill down? So the drill down means this one only. Let me show you. Drill down means this one only. See, what is this option? This is only drill down. When I drill down, I can able, it has to come only that object only. Okay, when I drill down display attribute, zero material and zero material type also will come. When I click on this, material and material type both will come. I can able to see both data, material and material type. I don't want to see material. That somebody will give requirement. So like I will display you like one whatever we created master data, I will show you by using. You will get to know the difference. Judgment. What are the attributes? We define navigation attribute and I will try to define as a material display. Okay. We have data as well. Material type level. Let me check. We have data as well. Okay. Okay. So it is saying like no action cancel use modeling tool. That means we have to do it modification in the HANA Eclipse or HANA Studio level. Let me go HANA Studio. This is important this question. What is the difference between display attribute and navigation attribute? By using display attribute, okay, it is always depending on the main info object. Okay, it will not behave like normal info object. Okay, when we are using, we will use display attribute for only display purpose. Navigation attribute will behave like normal info object. However, normal info object will behave, it will behave like because of navigation attribute will create own tables, whereas display attribute it will not create own tables. I'm searching for my info object. Okay, I just make you understand display attribute and navigation attribute. So we already define attributes, but both are navigation attributes. You can see this navigation attribute is a, both are selected. I want to remove one and I will show you difference. Once activate means this gray color will go. This cursor is going on means, see it now it is activated. There was no problem. Okay. Z mat. So now I will go here and I will create one report as well. Right click on this and I will create it. Hmm. Where is the refresh? Okay, 1 minute. Let me use as an info product as well. Usable as info product. Info provider means it is providing the information to the our query based on our business requirement. So earlier I didn't select this usable as info product. Now we will create report on top of this because it is providing the information. Now it will allow. Now you can see here. I will explain you later what it is and all. So just I wanted to make you understand what is material. Okay. So this is display attribute. Material type is display attribute. Material group is navigation attribute. Let me save and let me execute in report level. Okay. I'm going to take this technical info object of Bex query and I will go to this GUI level. I will RS30. Here I will execute. Okay, instead of that old query, I'm pasting here. Now you can see here our all material list. How many materials are there? 24. 23 only, one is non-assigned. Non-assigned material. Total 24 count. Okay, sometimes they will ask you how many materials are there. Okay, that count also you need to give. So like this you can give. And what is material type? So this is drill down. This is drill down. When I drill down, okay, when I drill down, material also will come, but we already loaded, after loaded the data, we are maintaining. So that is the way data is not coming. Here coming 199 40, it will come. Here 219 food will come. Okay, like this will come in the real time. Okay, material type. So we cannot drill down. Always it is depending on the material also will come here. Okay, let me remove this. Let me remove drill down. Okay, now. Okay, now drill down this. Generally, when I keep material type, it is always depending on the material type. So basically, we already loaded the data. So this means here material and D10 will come. Material ERSA, material food. How? Okay, like this will come. The material type is always depending on the material. This material. Okay, Material group is like material group is navigation attribute. It will not depending on the material because of it will have own tables. If you go and check, you can see it. But we already loaded earlier, so it is not adjusting. Mat, you can go RSD1. Sorry, RSD1. Mat. So now you can go here and check it. Okay. So display attribute. So the display attribute will have own, it will not have own tables. Okay. So here you can see master data. We don't have any tables, own tables, it won't have. Okay, it is always depending on the main info. Whereas metal group, it will have like no own tables. It will behave like normal object. We have even. So basically like no what we did mistake. After loading data into ggmat, now we are changing the material type, display attribute. So generally we will not do it like that. Before loading the data, we have to do it as a display attribute. Okay. So generally that is the main difference. In the interview, they will ask you what is the difference between display and navigation attribute. Okay, display attribute is like no only we will use for display purpose. I'll give the notes, don't worry, display purpose. And navigation attribute will use for mainly drill down purpose. Drill down in the report level individually. Okay. And just you have to know how to define attributes in this level. If you want anything, just go and add it and do it like display attribute or navigation attribute. Okay, navigation attribute will behave like normal info object. Remember that point. Display attribute always depending on the main info object, judgment. Okay, and here in the real time, okay, here we have a multiple tabs. General in the while you are creating info object, multiple tabs will come. General means what? General information. What is the length? What is the data type? So we have four types of data types and length based on your requirement. I don't know exactly in the future how much length will come for this. So I given 18 and conversions, output length. Okay, what is the output length? I mean, what is the internal length and output length? Example, material is like no, material is 000 and this is my number. This is 18 length. Okay, in the output length is only 10 minutes. It will remove the zeros and it will take it up. Okay, we given length is 18, but your output length is 18 means it will take all the records in front of zeros also. Okay, so if you give output length 8 means it will remove all zeros and it will take only number. That is. So Business Explorer, in the they already given all the options. We'll discuss here. Business Explorer, whatever they given options, display, text, key and text, all will have it while we are discussing here. Okay. If we go here and if we select this material and see here, you can see what is key and text. You can see here. You can see key text, do not display. Okay, text and key, all options will have it here. Okay, so that is the way we will not discuss this tab. Business Explorer. So master data means I told you right, whenever I create info object based upon our settings. Okay, we selected text, we selected master data. Okay, like based on our settings, tables will generate. Okay, M view, P table, X table, key table. No, key table is not generated now because you need to make them as a dependent.